everyone, it's Rachel from Sweet and Simple Home. Thanks so much for coming by. So today I want to share with you tips for thrifting if you love decorating in a cottage style. You could go shabby chic with it, you could go English cottage with it, and there are lots of different things that you can look for at the thrift store to help you decorate on a budget in that style. I'm going to share with you the 10 things that I recommend you look for and show you pieces that I have found within those categories and how much I paid for them. So this video is in collaboration with another Rachel from Stone Cottage Home. She invited myself and a few other decor related ladies to chat with you guys about what to thrift for when you love decorating in cottage style. I will link to Rachel's channel. She is a very warm-hearted, welcoming person who has wonderful, thrifty ways to decorate, and she has a blog as well. So you'll find her channel, her blog, and the link to the playlist down below. And I hope when you're done watching this, you'll go explore all those links and find a wonderful wealth of inspiration. So with that, let's jump into my list. So the first thing you can look for is sort of a statement chair. Now, in cottage style, I always see these beautiful chairs that are usually sort of overstuffed or floral or very decorative in purpose that bring that cozy comfort into the look. So I have a chair. It's one of my most favorite pieces that I have ever bought secondhand. I bought it for $20 at an estate sale 12 years ago, and I still absolutely love it. I often style it with either some comfy throw pillows or a little blanket over the edge. It looks beautiful as is just on its own, and you can mix and match your statement chairs. You don't have to necessarily buy a matching set. The more collected the look, the better. Number 2 on my list is to look for fabrics, linens, blankets, anything in the fabric variety that you can play with in your decor, and to think outside the box in this category. You can go literal and just find beautiful quilts, blankets, tablecloths, and use them for their intended purpose. I found this gorgeous quilt at a thrift store recently for just $8. I love it, and I've simply just draped it here on my couch. But you can also get a little creative and make things out of things that you find. I made a valance out of a tablecloth that was gifted to me. So the next thing to look for is sort of bigger statement storage items. So think large baskets that are nubby and worn. Think vintage suitcases. Think trunks that you can turn into a coffee table or set at the edge of a bed. I have this wonderful trunk that I got on Facebook Marketplace for just $30. It's actually not vintage. I think the original owner bought it off of Wayfair for about $500. She sold it to me for $30 because it actually kind of broke when they moved. I was able to cover up all the broken spots and chips and cracks from when it was dropped and give it a fresh coat of white paint, and I think it's perfect as a coffee table. I store extra blankets and pillows in here as well for those days where we're just sitting around the fire wanting a blanket. It definitely adds to that cozy feel. So I also have a really great basket I found at an estate sale for just $8. It's really cool and woven and very large, so it works great to hold all the shoes that come in the door and just need to be tucked away. If you have to store shoes by the door, why not make the storage item really pretty and part of your look? So the next thing on the list should be smaller items that you can use for storage. So in cottage style, cottages were usually made smaller and cozier. You had to get really creative with storage. So working that into how you decorate, if you like cottage style, is a really fun touch. The large scale pieces definitely have their place, but also smaller scale pieces. So I like to look for small vintage boxes, either jewelry boxes or wooden carved boxes, but my favorite thing to look for is vintage tins. They are so pretty. They have such beautiful artwork on them and details on them that just really add to the decor. I used to display a lot of my vintage tins in my kitchen. I don't have a lot of display space in my kitchen right now, so I have worked them into my bookcase, which really adds to the look of my library area. Speaking of library, you absolutely have to shop for books if you want to go with cottage style. Books just bring a history, a warmth, so finding really cool old books is great, or just really interesting current ones that have really great covers and bold typography on the binding. Now, I have paid a variety of prices for the books that I have. I have paid as much as $6 at an antique mall. I have pulled books out of free bins at estate sales. I've just been given old books because people know know that I like them, and so they just give them to me. And not all your books you display have to be old. Any collection of books I think looks wonderful with cottage style. So I also highly suggest you look for unique handmade pieces. Cottage style has that very sort of scrappy homemade feel. So to have things either that you make yourself or you purchase that someone else made really adds to that overall feel. I've really enjoyed looking for vintage embroidery or cross-stitch pieces. I found one at an estate sale for just $1 that I absolutely love. It has become probably my most favorite piece of art in the home, and it's tulips that are cross-stitched here, and the bold red and green is gorgeous year-round. It was in this green frame when I bought it, and you can just see the artistry and creativity, and it just adds such a lovely texture as well to the room. Another example is I found a piece of embroidery that was just a square of fabric that had been embroidered, and I brought it home and I turned it into a pillow, and I use it on my bed in our master bedroom. And this piece was only $4 at a thrift store. Another staple to look for would be white pitchers or white dishes that you can use year-round for different purposes. Cottage decor often uses a lot of practical pieces in creative ways. I have this beautiful white pitcher on my table right now, and I often use this pitcher on my table because I love the scale of it. It was a hand-me-down from my sister who thrifted it, and I have it currently filled with roses from Valentine's Day, but it looks beautiful even just with leaves cut off of my tree in the fall. It's just so versatile. There's so many ways you can use white dishes. You all know I have a milk glass collection that I like to pull out and play with for different seasons, and it's practical. You can use a bowl to be a bowl, but you can also use a bowl to add height. You can use cake plates as display, and going with white means you can use it year-round. So the next item on my list is anything that has a map printed on it. To me, it creates an interest in decor. Up on my bookshelves, I have a globe that I found at a rummage sale for just $2, and then I have this old garbage can. I know that sounds weird, but back in the day, they used to have really cute garbage cans in classrooms and schools that would have some sort of educational print on them. And this one I found at a vintage sort of fair where there's a bunch of vendors. So the price is higher because it was a sort of event type price. So I paid $22 for this garbage can, but I loved the colors. The bright sort of teal color with the yellow I think is so fun. So also on the list, don't forget to look for blue and white pieces. Blue and white is so classic, and it's so lovely when it's used in a cottage style. So I like to display these blue and white plates that I have found recently. They were just $7 at an antique mall, and I love playing around with this little pitcher that I found for $2.99 at a thrift store a few years ago. And I'm hoping to add more blue and white pieces. I showed you guys the little valance that I made, and I have a whole video I dedicated that I will link to for you guys so you can see sort of my love for blue and white and how I'm playing around with it. But that's something I'm looking for definitely at the thrift store because I'd love to add to my blue and white in my house. So last but not least, you should look for pieces with a floral print. Florals are very important in cottage decor because they sort of hint at this love for the garden and the love for all things that grow. So this could be artwork. It again could be anything that's printed with fabric. It could be a floral print on a beautiful plate or platter. There's so many options. I recently found these beautiful floral artwork prints at my local Goodwill. They were just $6 a piece, and I love the green matting, and one is themed spring and one is themed summer. And some of you have told me that they have all 4 seasons, and I'm definitely keeping the other 2 seasons on my list to shop for because I love these. So I hope this was a helpful list to you guys. I know it was fun for me to share some of my favorite things to look for to decorate with a cottage style. I hope you guys will go check out Rachel's video as well as the playlist down below and just be inspired to create a lovely look in your own home. So do you have a favorite thing that you like to look for to decorate with in your home? Let us know in the comments down below. I love to hear what you guys like to thrift for. I often get really good ideas from you all too. And also let me know if you have found any gems recently at the thrift store or out secondhand shopping. I'd love to hear about that as well. So thank you so much for watching today. Happy hunting out there, thrifting and going to yard sales. I'm very much looking forward to the warmer weather and yard sale season. So if you love that kind of thing too, I hope you'll hit that red subscribe button and come back for more. And thank you so much to my regular subscribers for being here. I'm so grateful for your love and support. You all take care, and I'll be back with more soon.